My live chat showing? Hey y'all. Well, welcome. Thank y'all who give the like. I saw Gabe in here earlier. Being like loading. Well, welcome to another Friday night live stream. I am Justin the Zilla. Another Friday, another day living. It is almost the 4th of July. By this recording tomorrow, Saturday, is 4th of July. So happy 4th of July to my fellow Americans, I guess I could say, or to anyone who else feels the need to celebrate. We're here, we're doing our thing. I want to make sure my thing's all working. I feel like my chat's not coming up. Y'all drop something in the chat if it's working, because it seems like it's not. There we go. Yo, alright, I'm back. That was weird. Yo, Justin, yo, Gabe. It's working. I can finally see the live chat. I don't know why it was not working with me, but welcome, Gabe. Welcome, everyone. Another Friday night, another night to talk toys, do our stuff. Shoot the shit. How are ya? I'm good, Gabe. How about you? Just had a little bit of a storm come by, so apparently some trees fell over, a lot of debris about, but I think we got 80-mile winds, so kind of crazy right here. But we're in the clear for now. I think until well, by the time of this recording, it's 7:30 p.m. So I think they reported it's like by like 1 a.m. we're supposed to have another go through a wind. So pretty good though. Thankfully with the holiday, I've had the last day and two. Oh well, since Thursday, I had Thursday off. Thankfully from work. So it's been nice. It's been kind of weird. It's been throwing me off. I've been like, is today's Friday or is it like Saturday or Sunday? It's very weird. Having extra days off, but it's also very nice. So, but I've been doing pretty well. Just keeping myself busy, seeing what's going on, and researching and just watching shit, just watching stuff. Mainly, I'll say for the for 4th of July. Been watching a lot of historical things about American history. Specifically, I'm gonna mention the HBO, the John Adams series from 2008, where you have Paul Giamatti as John Adams, one of our founding fathers. Very good series. I'm nearly at the end of it, but you know. Gabe says Tears for Fears did a live stream yesterday, and I told them to do a concert near me, and they said, okay, nice. Well, hope you'll be able to go see Tears for Fears. I think I've heard of them before. They sound familiar. But that's cool, though. But yeah, but just been doing a lot of kind of like just refreshing myself on American history just because of the time, so. But Gabe says the only show I'm watching is One Piece. One Piece is pretty good. I've never watched One Piece, to be completely honest. I think it'll be a bit until I get into it because I'm just like, I'd rather just wait until it's done by this point. I'm like, I might as well. If I'm gonna invest in that. It's like, and I'm already mega late, and I'm like, I'll get into it. It's no rush for me, personally. Yeah, but John Adams has been really good. 80s music. Okay, cool. The Tears for Fears, the 80s music. Nice. Yeah, but I've been watching a lot of historical stuff, just refreshing my brain about being like, okay, what happened? What happened again to our founding of our American colonies in our country as it stands now? Well, not like up to this point, but kind of like when it was starting, what the context is, and how it kind of compares and contrasts. But Gabe says I'm on episode 150 of One Piece, and the Alabasta arc. Where's Peak? Well, that's good because I know they have like a bunch of like cool shit going on there. I'm just not in it. I just gotta get in it. Also, one thing I have watched that I will show off. Did go and see the new Supergirl movie. Really, actually, I didn't really enjoy it, but I actually enjoyed my time a lot watching that movie. A lot of stuff going on. I know The main complaint with that, and I think the main complaint I really have with it, is that it's kind of like it's pretty generic. I will say when it comes to superhero stuff, when it comes to your different kind of like your tropes and your characters and what's going on, but it's like, and also with the colors, could be a little more vibrant, could be a little bit more cooler looking. But I get what they're doing here, and I did enjoy it. So yeah, well, yeah, it's kind of like if y'all feel the incline, if you're a big DC person and a big like a Supergirl person, I think you will enjoy this movie. It's nice seeing her having her own movie where she's essentially like standalone just by herself doing her thing. She does have, the one girl that we've seen with the sword. She's there all throughout the story too, and they're always button heads, but there's always stuff going on there. So, excuse me, I just ate, so we're gonna be tired. Stomach is processing. Gabe says, "Trust me, when Usopp appears, it gets good. I got no doubt it's good. I just got too many shows and stuff to watch. I haven't seen, Supergirl. Yeah, not really decent. Not really a DC fan. I get that. If you're not big on it, you're not big on it. It's kind of like it. It's kind of like what your gauge is. But I think it's kind of like and people have been debating this, where it's kind of like, is it kind of a little bit too late for DC already to kind of be like, here's movies, and here's our new universe? Because people are just kind of, I don't know. I think that ever since like the MCU kind of wrapped it up with Endgame, mainly when it comes to the main kind of like the overarching story that they had going on, it was kind of like okay, we're good. Of course, there was times ago superhero movies are dying. I don't think that's necessarily entirely true. Because I think, I think Spider-Verse is a good example of a superhero movie that can thrive. I think it's more so the dying of corporations letting creators be creative and have their artists kind of like pull into it, and also just making them more interesting and encouraging people being like, hey, this isn't just another superhero movie. This is a movie that you can watch and enjoy, and it's not a whole thing. I don't think that they're dying. I think that they have died before. I mean, with the whole of the Disney Plus era where they were just doing shows, and that's the same thing with Star Wars, where I think Disney kind of like, Disneyified kind of like their brands, and we're like, hey, everyone's home. No one wants to go see our movies, so here's Black Widow. And everyone's like, it's kind of a little too late. She's already dead. We know what's happening. And the movie wasn't very great either, so that didn't help. And then Thor Ragnarok was too overindulgent and just too much of just goofy shit and just didn't work. And I've only heard that there's secondhand, but I haven't seen Thor: Love and Thunder. I've seen like a clip or two, and I've been like, okay, I get it. I get what you're doing, Taika, but it just doesn't work. She-Hulk, I did enjoy. I will say, I did enjoy She-Hulk, and it wasn't Ragnarok. It was Love and Thunder. That's what I'm talking about. But that 4 is just like, stop. But Gabe says the new Spider-Man will make so much money in the box office. I mean, it's Spider-Man. I'm not too surprised by that. I'm kind of like, yeah, it's Spider-Man. I mean, he's kind of been like the major movie superhero was kind of like in there, so I don't know. But Gabe says Thor Ragnarok was the best Thor movie. Oh, that is by a mile. That's not even like close. Like maybe, probably like Thor Ragnarok. It'd probably be like Thor 1, maybe Thor 2, and then Thor 4. And maybe they're making a 5th one. I don't know if they're doing that still. I kind of doubt it. I don't think Chris Hemsworth really cares too much anymore. I think he's like, I'm done. I'll do your Doomsday, and then I'll do whatever, like, Secret Wars, and then that's it. Gabe says She-Hulk was bad. I didn't like it. Well, each to each to their own. I like what they did for it. I did find it funny. I did get that it was a more humor-specific show. It wasn't as, like, serious as I think that everyone expected it, but I really enjoyed it. I liked having all the weird characters. I liked how they introduced, Matt Murdock into the MCU with that essentially in some way, even though, his own series was enough to just get him in there. But at least for me personally, I really liked it. And I really like the actress that they had, even though she's not going to be coming back, and which I understand. I'm like, yeah, they haven't used my character because they just don't want to do anything with it now because they got cold feet instead of just, actually just committing to what they have. So she's definitely going to be recast, which will kind of suck to see that actress go because I think she's really good. But it's just a weird time. But I will say, Wonder Woman, but Wonder Man, I gotta watch that show because apparently that's very good, and that's directed by the same guy who's doing this new Spider-Man movie, who also did, the Shang-Chi movie. Love that movie. That was a great kind of return to superhero movies. I was like, oh, okay. It's still very basic, but I thought that they were going in the right direction, and then they went the wrong direction, kind of a bit. But Gabe asks, do you think Spider-Man do you think Daredevil will be in Spider-Man? I kind of hope so. It would be nice to see Daredevil and Punisher and Spider-Man all together in a movie. We haven't had that yet. It's kind of like a great trio to have there. Of course, like in my mind, the dream is to have the Red Team, where that's Spider-Man, Daredevil, and Deadpool together on screen. I assume that's gonna happen during like Secret Wars or something. Like maybe somehow. I don't know. But it would be cool. Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective, greetings with your little steppy steps. I like that that's your, kind of like your thing, bro. Welcome, Tommy. But I'm just, I'm ready. I'm ready when it comes to getting like a very good like a superhero movie again. But Supergirl was fine. Deadpool with Reynolds is no more. Like Ryan Reynolds, he's out. I kind of doubt that. I think he's still been doing stuff with them, hasn't he? Gabe says loading. I don't know, but I don't really know anything. I guess. Well, in any case, I don't think Disney would really care too much about like him being. Oh, but Reynolds announced that he's done with Disney. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Disney just goes ahead and does something else without him. So I wouldn't be surprised. It does kind of suck if we won't see him, but kind of like Ryan Reynolds, also not a great person anyways, too. So it's like, I'm not too surprised, but also Disney is a major corporation that doesn't do great stuff. So it's just like, I'm kind of like, I'm not surprised if stuff like this happens more often, especially after, a lot of these guys have been playing these superhero characters for about like a decade or more. So I forget with Deadpool. I know Spider-Man for sure. Tom Holland has been playing it for over a year. We're getting Chris Evans back. Robert Downey Jr.'s back. Of course, he's not Iron Man, but he's Doctor Doom, so it's like he's still in it. You still got Chris Hemsworth. You got a lot of these guys. You still got Sebastian Stan, and I don't know if they're gonna I don't also know if they're gonna bring back Hawkeye too, because Jeremy Renner, he doesn't really seem on the up and up right now. I don't think Disney really wants to associate too much with him at the moment. Paul Bettany, I think he's still sticking around. He's still doing Vision Quest. Whenever that comes out, would be nice. Whenever they are like, it's coming out. It's going to be here. Because it's been a while. It's been a long time ever since WandaVision. So it would be nice to finally get something going. Come on. I'm like, give me my Vision stuff. What's going on with him? What's going on with, Scarlet Witch? What's going on with Doctor Strange and everyone? And like post this Spider-Man stuff, because that's what we've kind of been like stuck with. It's kind of like, okay, and they were trying to do Kang and all that stuff, didn't work out, obviously. And yes, and then they fully went away from that character. So it's just like, it's still kind of like, it's still like in a hold, but we are beginning to get pieces and stuff because I will say one thing. I still don't believe that superhero movies are dying. I think Fantastic Four is a great example of that. Where it's kind of like if you just give a good movie that's kind of like not overly complicated and not too much in its own space or trying to do too much at once as well. It's kind of like you just have to make a good movie that involves these characters within their universes or universe and just make it good. That's just kind of like the general thing. It's just like, guys, you just got to make this good. You got to make this entertaining and palatable to your general audience because of, yes, like especially now, because if people don't want to spend the money to go see a movie at a theater, they're not going to do that because they know they have the option of just waiting a few months down the line to go see a movie instead of paying what? Like $10 or plus for a ticket. Tommy says the issue is Disney. Doesn't care about anything but branding. True. I would say that's definitely a big part of it is that they see it as money. It's a money thing. It's not solely on the creative kind of thing. I forget who their CEO is. I think it's the guy who like left before and then he came back because he was in charge like during like their renaissance in the early 2000s or even like the 90s or whatever it was. Then he came back recently because the era before that was very bad with Disney. And so it's like they're just doing just damage control. I still think right now, I think Disney, I don't know. It's weird. But Gabe says you should watch the reanimated One Piece when it comes out because it looks so much better. Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out. I didn't even know that it was getting reanimated. But that's cool though that they're going back and they're like, okay, we're gonna polish this up. We're gonna make this really nice for now. Yeah, because I've been seeing like the latest stuff I saw was when did this happen in the anime yet? Where Luffy went on like cloud mode or whatever he's called. I forget what that version is. But I saw that animated and I was like, this shit's crisp as hell. This looks so good. So I'm like, okay, cool, awesome. But we'll see. But Tommy says Iger. That was the last one I recall. You're correct. Bob Iger. That another rich ass motherfucker. Ruining our shit. And I mean, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, if you want to talk about branding, they make all this shit. Most of this is not in movies. This is just all about the Marvel brands, the Marvel history, comics, toys, games, and shows, and then animated stuff. Anything to really do with the brand, they're going to market it, they're going to try to sell it. And if that means we get half-assed movies or shows or really anything content-wise, they're going to give it to us. Because as long as that audience is there and they're going to retain, they're going to keep doing it. Of course, it didn't really work out when they tried that a little bit ago. But even still, it's like, yeah, you guys are kind of picking and choosing when you want to actually try. Just let people do their thing. But once in a while, they're like, yeah, we don't actually care. We just want to make our money. And it's like, we know that. We're not stupid. You guys are stupid because you don't know how to make a superhero movie. Thank God, like, fucking, the Warner Brothers is making James Gunn kind of do his thing, at least for now. So we'll kind of see. Zoro is my favorite One Piece character, says Gabe. Zoro's cool. Cool. That's the guy with the is that the guy with the green hair? He's got the 2 or like 3 swords. He got one in the mouth, holds one. I think holds another. I believe. I can't remember. But he's called Zoro. It's fun. It's cool. And I've seen a lot of those figures here and there, so I've been like maybe, but I'm like I don't know anything about One Piece, so yeah, the 3 sword style. 3. I'm just yapping. Sorry, y'all, too, who are here for the review, but this is what we do. I talk to y'all who are here in the live chat, and y'all in the future get to see what goes on. I should have gotten more water. I have to probably take an extra water break. But yeah, what else? And Gabe says you should get a Luffy figure and maybe a Zoro and do a live stream of them. Definitely for sure a Luffy at some point. I've seen a few. I just haven't like pulled the trigger because honestly, right now One Piece just doesn't do it for me. So I'm kind of like, if I don't want to put the money in, and I feel like I don't want to, you know, have the space for it, because most of my anime stuff, to be honest, is mainly just Dragon Ball, and even then, I haven't really been getting anything. If anything, I'd be getting like upgrades, but I'm just like, already. I have to still get some, but I don't know. But Tommy says I used to have some old Migos. Yeah, don't think I had a Zoro though. Migos, is that another One Piece character? I assume that's what that is. I don't know. I'm not very educated. I know they have like a Blackbeard or something. The only anime I watch is One Piece. I mean, that makes sense. If that's your thing, that's your thing. One Piece is good. I mean, I have one of my coworkers is obsessed with One Piece. He loves that show. He's got a whole ass, like a giant blanket mural of them. Migo made 8-inch doll-like figures. Oh, okay. For One Piece? That's cool. And Gabe says, I'm trying to have a company make a One Piece Modibus with every book in one when it ends. See, that'd be pretty cool. How close is actually like One Piece like near to ending? Because that's soon, hopefully. Because one day I want to get into it, and they also have the like the live action version, which I've also heard good things of. So that's at least nice to see. But yeah, just a lot of stuff, a lot of things, and we're discussing a lot. We're not even like talking about like the universe that we're gonna get into, which is Ninja Turtles. So that's a whole other beast of what the hell's going on there. I mean, decent things, but it's a lot. It's a lot going on. It's in its end times. Is it? Is it finally after like it feels like 20 plus years that this thing's been going on, and he's finally getting to the end? How old's like the guy who made One Piece? That guy must be like, I don't think he's ancient, but he's probably getting up there. He's probably nearly 60 or something by this point. Is my mindset, I guess. Yeah. Well, kind of just see. I will let the future foretell its story. I can't say whether or not I will get into One Piece anytime soon, because there's just so much. The anime started in the 90s, and I'm not sure about the manga. Probably around the same time. I feel like especially like during like the 80s and 90s, like in Japan, like they knew like a good manga, when they saw one, and they're just like, hey, here's your anime, and he's like, oh shit, already? I'm not even done with this shit. I got lots of ways to go, y'all. And they're like, here's all this money. He's like, okay, as long as I don't gotta do everything. And they're probably like, we'll see. Alrighty. Is there really anything else? I guess I'll give little updates on stuff on the wall. Nothing updated here. Got the same guys. I didn't update them. I think that they're just fine right now. Even though they're still kind of just placeholders, because at some point I want to open those up too, but that's kind of a lot of this stuff anyways. Oh, I guess one update, obviously, put up Mondo Gecko from the Comic Turtles line, because, of course, we have Casey, who was right there before, as I mentioned previously, so like that Mondo Gecko. Maybe I'll open him one day. He might just be a Saturday stream one. Yeah, just throw in there. Or I'll just open him one day myself, because the figure's cool, but it's like I already have a Mondo Gecko in my main collection, so I gotta see what fits, what works better, what style do I like more. Because I have of course, the Adventure Series Slash, and then also the Stump Wrestling Turtles, all from that Turtles Adventures. So yeah. Gabe says, did you see the Haya Biollante and the new Hayamuto? I did. The Hayamuto was actually kind of a surprise for me because that was the one from King of the Monsters right at the very end where where Godzilla's like, I'm the king, bitches. And everyone's like, okay, yeah, bro. Yeah, we get it now. We get it now. Yeah, fuck that Ghidorah guy. Please don't kill us. And you're like, okay, move on. And they're like, oh, fuck, thank God the monkey didn't come along. They should make a Muto Prime. I would assume that's what their plan is at some point. It would be cool to get, like, those comic monsters. Yeah, but the Biollante looks great. Especially at the price that they're asking now. And, especially with the figure arts. And it's like, oh, this is like half of that. This is amazing. And it looks just as good, so... I'm like, maybe. It's just still with, like, okay. It's still, like, Godzilla stuff I need to prioritize more on. Instead of getting all this other stuff. I've been so distracted, but... God, but Biolante's been on the list for a while, but I just don't know where I would fit her. I just don't have room. But they said they won't do ones in the comics. Okay, so yeah. So probably won't get a Muto Prime then, because we haven't seen him in a movie. So that makes sense that they're doing movie-specific ones. But that new Muto, like, he's fine. Or it's fine, I don't know. It looks more like a queen, I guess, but... Yeah. But Tommy says, I've been looking for the rest of the classic Turtle toys. No storms seem to carry them anymore. Just missing Slash from the last wave, but a new wave with Usagi Yojimbo is available on Big Bad Toy Store. That's what I'm waiting on, too. The new, like, the Playmates, like, their... their retro, like, their re-releases. They've been doing... I've really been enjoying those. Usagi's been up there for a while on this wall, the NECA. I did actually get this one off of... I think I got this off of AliExpress, so I don't know for sure if that's real, but it looks real enough to me, and it looks great. Oh, where the hell's my hand going? There we go. But this Usagi, the moment that Playmates one is on the shelf, in stores, and I get to see it in my face, we will do a stream of Usagi and Usagi, because that's what I like doing with my turtle stuff. I love getting these retro kind of Playmates ones to go with the more NECA ones. I know they're more based off of the cartoon when it comes to NECA, but in my brain I'm just like, it works. I did it with Casey, I did it with April. I didn't do it with Slash, but I did like all like the villains were all together. I think I also did Genghis Frog. Oh, and also, who else? Mondo Gecko did his Playmates and the NECA. The cartoon one. That was actually the very first stream that we did here on the channel. Go check that out. See how poorly it was being done then. Or how differently. God, it's been like, what? It's been like 2 years since doing it on here? Like over 2 years? That's crazy. But Gabe says, unless he is in Godzilla X Supernova in a flashback or something. Or just comes back. That might be kind of cool. Words like, oh, shit. Here's your thing on Earth. Here's your thing in space. Maybe colliding together. I don't know if that's probably too much, though. And it'll be the last of the Playmates. They're losing the license. Yeah. Man, I don't know, like, how Ninja Turtles will continue on. I guess, okay. Yeah, they've been doing great with NECA. Been doing amazing with any of the other companies that they've done before. I know. Yeah, because NECA does cartoon, comic, and movie. They got it all. Yeah. But that's even, like, more so, like, figure-wise. Because I'm just, like... Playmates, when it comes to Turtles, I think they know. I think they... Yeah, they literally have this down. Like, this is what made their company. So I think that this is what they prioritize, I think, more so. I'm trying to think of what else really Playmates does. Of course, they have the Godzilla license. But I feel like that they've been getting, like, slowly better with those. But even for me, I'm kind of like, I'm more collector-centric. I need more realistic, a little bit better quality. So that's why I'm loving Haya. And still some figure arts here and there, but haven't been buying up, obviously. I'm still waiting on my GMK, by the way. So I'm waiting on Big Bad Toy Store. It's going to take forever. So hopefully it'll be here soon. But Gabe says, yeah, your first stream was 2 years ago. 2 years ago. 2 whole damn years. And I did streams on Instagram, I think, either within that year or the year before. I can't remember. So it's probably been like more like almost 3 years, I think, by now. But Tommy says TMNT was Playmate's first action figure line. Before that, yeah, they were only known for dolls. Oh, yeah. I could... Yeah, I think I can remember, like, the Toys That Made Us of the documentary, yeah, where they interviewed the guy, and he was like, yeah, we did these dolls before. And then we had Ninja Turtles, and then we got a lot of money. And we're based in Hong Kong, so everything's made pretty cheap. But it still looks great. I mean, I'm looking at the display, even it's shambling. I'm looking at my... Yeah, even, like, okay. And even with the more, like, the modern figures that they've done, like with the Godzilla and TMNT crossover figures, those are still kind of have, like, a vintage feel. Those feel right. Those feel good. And they kind of give kind of like Trendmaster kind of vibes a bit too. So I'm just like, yeah. Playmates know what they're doing. So I'm just like, it's weird that they're losing the license. I think it's probably just because of Paramount. And they're like, it's Hong Kong. We're good. Despite all the money that they can make as a corporate entity, and how long that they've been doing that. So it's just crazy. It's insane right now. Matami says, years fly by. My first stream was over 7 years ago. 7 years ago. I was probably doing videos, like, going for a while. Gabe says, I think TMNT will keep doing shows, yeah, for at least another 20 years. Oh. Beyond that, I mean, they've been going. I don't even know if they have a show on. Well, they did have the Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles based off of those versions. I still haven't seen that show. That show looks great too. I've heard nothing but good things, and the art style's really cool. So we'll kind of see. But with turtle stuff, I mean, they're still pretty relevant, especially now. I just feel like I'm just kind of like, y'all just did a thing with Hasbro to do G.I. Joes and Turtles. You're doing stuff with Toho. You're doing stuff with Power Rangers. Are they doing stuff with Power Rangers? Oh, yeah, they already did that. Yeah. Yeah, because at the time, like, Hasbro had the license. Yeah, so they already had a relationship before. So they've just been making money hand over fist, just getting everything together. Oh, spoiler, but... how long do you think Godzilla will last? Oh, probably forever. I think, yeah, the concept of what Godzilla is, and of the variety that we have, I think that's... Okay. I think that's kind of like when it comes to a lot of media stuff, even if they're not producing new media on a very constant basis. Because, like, you know, you think about, I would even think, like, during, like, the Showa times of Godzilla, or each time that they would, like, be taking a break, they probably would have still a bunch of Godzilla stuff everywhere because of the merchandising, because of how much money that they could just make off of this monster that they made up. So it's like, I think it'll happen. Gabe says a Godzilla X Backrooms collab might happen one day. Bro, literally was talking about that with my bro. Yeah, because I saw like a toy picture of it, and I was like, why does this go hard? Why does this as a concept kind of work for my brain? What would happen? I'm kind of like, okay, I would like to see some Backrooms figures. Those would be like really weird to see, especially getting spoilers, Captain Clark. That freaky ass dude, I'm like, give me a figure of that. But if you're doing like kaiju size, I don't know how you would interpret that. I guess it's just a kaiju size Backrooms, and he just walks around, and then maybe he has his kaiju-sized monsters. Or maybe it's like human-sized stuff and just like buildings or stuff everywhere. So it's like it'd be such a weird thing. It's kind of like the comic Godzilla versus Hell. Like that's kind of the level of weird shit that I would like seeing that version. Tommy says, I'm shocked nothing further developed with, I assume, NECA? A Nacella they were bringing back a ton of old toy lines with cartoons like RoboForce. They hyped it, uh, but yeah, they hyped it, put out a few characters and toys, and just went silent. I'll have to look them up. I can't remember that name. If this is on YouTube, there is now a ancient backrooms theory thing. Okay, cool. Godzilla's still alive, bro. Terrifying. Terrifying. Times says the only thing Nacella seems to be working on now is Star Trek. I'll have to do some research about that company because I've never heard of that company. I don't think I have, but that's pretty cool if they were doing like old like vintage toys, because because there are plenty of like third-party companies that make these type of vintage style toys. I mean, where they make either their own interpretations or even like you've seen like mini versions, or even like doing like their own characters, that weren't made on the original toy lines. When it comes to like Turtles, like wrestling, Marvel toys, I guess maybe, I don't know. The Rock is on the creative board, for Nacelle. Is that true? I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. The man has so much money, and he's already on another creative board, so it would not shock me, but I assume that is. That's true? That's true. Bruh. Brother, you don't need that much money. I think you're fine, Rock. But but that's your celebrities. Anyways, I gotta get into some toy stuff. But here's our one I did up here. I don't know if this works. This is just a little put together kind of Black Widow. So this is the Goblin Queen head, because of course I opened up the Mystique, as y'all saw. I still am working on the hair changing mod, so that's still going through, but had this and put it on the this is the Riders the Marvel the Riders Black Widow body, but I switched out the arms with the what's her name, the black and white chick that's a Carnage's like girlfriend, whatever her name is. I have her on the shelf with Carnage, but I can't remember her name. But I put her arms on there to give the double jointed elbows. It is a bit loose at the shoulder, so it kind of does wobble a bit, but I think it looks pretty decent. But I just don't know if this head works. It's a little bit done up in the bun, but I feel like that she's had a hair like this before, even if in a bun. And even if the head's a little big, but I think it just worked great, because this is the Goblin Queen head, and this is like specifically supposed to be like Jean Grey. So it's like, I know it probably doesn't really work, but for me right now, it's okay. Wonder what y'all think of it. Gabe says Godzilla's still life in backrooms. That wouldn't. Ooh. That'd be very, very weird. I don't know how they would do that. There's just so much to like pick from that franchise, and so many monsters, and even like new ones that they could do, like based off of like the stuff that they have 1950s style. See, that's what I was kind of like seeing. I was just like, what kind of era does she have this type of style? Because I just threw it on here because I was like, okay, I got the other the 20th the 20th of the anniversary Black Widow one, the short hair specific head sculpt, but or maybe I had the long, kind of like the more modern hair where she didn't have hair in front of her face and she was all angry looking. But this one's still pretty good. I'll kind of see for now. I will look at my other Black Widow heads to really see if this will be the one, but for now, I like it. And to be honest, probably a lot of these extra Avengers that I have on my Marvel Universe shelf that y'all probably have seen, I think, a couple times. But that is going to get a revamp because I got my Fantastic Four and I got my street level heroes, and I'm liking those. But I might switch it up and go like all villain shelf as well. Find out where I can put Fantastic Four and street level, or keep them there and then just get out all of my heroes that I have, because I already have my main Avengers display and I'm pretty happy with that. And I could even still add more to that if I really wanted to, but it is getting crowded. Yeah, but just want to display more villains because I'm getting a lot more cooler villain figures. Well, we are. So it's like, I'm kind of like, okay, it's time to give the villains some more space on my shelf because it's mainly about the heroes that I have. I don't really have too many villains, really. But even then, I still got a fair amount, so it's like I make it balance. But the Black Widow for now. The Rider's kind of my more modern, I guess, Black Widow. Probably even like more like 2010s as I kind of see her. So not classic as probably like intended, but the haircut is very retro feeling. But pretty neat. And then, oh yeah, forgot about this thing. For our weekly pickup, something very exciting. Something every Marvel Legends collector who pre-ordered this was waiting for. Okay. I was not expecting this to already hit so soon, but it is. Won't get to it, I don't think. Probably not this month. I think we got too much other stuff planned on that I want to get through. But at least by the end of, by the start of next month, I want to open this. Because this is also the main reason why I want to have a whole villains display as well. I'm kind of like, okay, it's time. It's time to update, time to change around, pack up stuff. Gotta probably get rid of some stuff, but I'm waiting. But we got Mephisto. Look at this badass motherfucker. The box. Looking so cool. I don't want to show too much. Look at the thing. I don't want to show too much because we're gonna have a whole stream on this. I don't even want to really look at this because I'm just like, I know this is gonna be amazing. I think I'm ready for this, dude. But yeah, Mephisto, ready to finally add this guy to the collection. Has been such an iconic villain for so long. So I'm so ready for this Mephisto to be on the shelf, to be there, to be displayed with the throne. Possibly the throne, maybe not. We'll see. Gabe says you should get the Bandai Giant Condor. It's a peak figure. What is the Giant Condor? Is that just a giant condor, as the name is? Just a giant bird? Tommy says my collection is like that with G.I. Joes. I have almost all the Dreadnoughts and a few Cobras, but only a handful of regular Joes. Yeah, I'm kind of like, a lot like my villains, I definitely have a lot of when it comes to Joes for sure. I think I've been getting more, but also I've been trying to get more upgrades with my Joes, but I think I've been getting a lot of Joes, so I'm kind of running out of space, because CoverGirl and Flint right now are like on the edge of what's going on. Giant Condor. It's a Godzilla Kaiju. Oh, is that like the Rodan one? Where that's a singular point, I believe, where he was just like a giant, well, he was like a pterodactyl looking thing, or pterosaur, whatever you call them. I can't remember dinosaur names. I apologize to my dinosaur friends. Is that what you're talking about? Like the singular point version where he's just a dinosaur. He's not even like a different mutated thing like the rest. From a Godzilla movie from the 60s called Ebra, Horror of the Deep. Oh my god, the giant condor. I totally forgot about that guy. Yeah. From Ebra of the Deep, and then also in Son of Godzilla as well, don't forget, because they've reused like a bunch of footage from that movie, and we're just doing it. Are they doing one? Oh yeah, that's like the actual like the movie monster series one where it's like where it's basically just a statue. You know, like it's kind of like the classic kind of. I guess it's kind of classic line now. I don't know what to call this. Kind of like just the regular Bandai line, because I'm just like Bandai also does figure arts, and also there's the Playmates, but Bandai did their but they only did the thing with it. I can't remember. Tommy says it, and that's another odd one. Playmates started doing the Monsterverse figures. True, yeah, and they're still doing them. And they've like released like decent figures, like more kind of like this era. I don't know. It's just very weird for me when it comes to collecting Godzilla. I feel like it's kind of like, yeah, we were peaking a bit, and then we weren't, and then we were back up, and then we were back down. So I don't know. It's a lot. I've been talking for 45 minutes. Mephisto just got moved over because we're like, oh, hold up, we still got Godzilla to talk about. But he's only Ebra? Okay. You should get him and make a Saturday stream on him. Maybe. I just want to like be sure I got a stand. I mean, I probably got a stand for him, but I'm just like, where does he go? I mean, I can see a decent spot because my Showa collection has been going a bit much, but I don't know if the giant condor can fill out his own stream. He would be a Saturday stream for sure. Only get him by ordering him on the Godzilla store online. Yeah, I've been seeing him, but I'm just like, do I really need a giant condor right now? I have a pretty decent Rodan. I got the Playmates, like the Showa Rodan. Like that figure's great. But then it's like I got the Gorosaurus as well. Really need to get Anguirus. That's kind of like more top level in my mind, but just haven't seen the figures around. Yes, you do need them. I don't really care too much for the giant condor, bro. I already got a bird. We got a better bird. I need a Mothra. I don't even have a Mothra. A Showa Mothra. I have a GMK Mothra, which I'm gonna be determining if I'm keeping or not. But she's been in the corner for like years, so she's probably covered in dust, to be honest. Well, I only got him as a joke. I mean, to each their own. If you think it fills out your collection, and that makes sense if you want a full display, I still need like a good Varan. I got a gray Baragon. I got the Rebel Tech. But that thing's like so old. I'll take your GMK Mothra. We'll see. Hold on. Don't be so quick. But hey, yeah, the opportunity comes. We'll see. Because I also do still keep the cards whenever I get them. I forget how I get them out. It's been a long time since I've actually gotten an original Bandai, so it's like, even if I did get a new one, I'm like, how the hell did I get these out without it, like, rattling and stuff? I don't know. Because I don't think I have, like, any of the actual, like, the plastic. I think I was able to get them out without having the plastic. Like, there was, like, some way of doing it. And I'm just like, oh, it's kind of scary now, but we'll see. Yeah, but I do like also keep all the cards, and they're all sleeved, so I make sure everything is as nice as it is. So yeah, you cut the thing, yeah. Yeah, I just always hate yeah, if you're not able to get like the actual like the thing out, then it'll like rattle around. So I kind of hate that. It's kind of like that. That's like the one like drawback of that. But I think that there was like a way I did it where I was just like, okay, I was able to get it out. And I still like cut it somehow or just removed it. I forget what it was. It was some kind of way I was doing it. But Tommy says I was recently at a Ross store and found a 2049 Deckard figure for $16. Oh, nice. Is Deckard, is that Harrison Ford? I forget. I remember seeing that figure all the time at FYE, and it was just sitting there. But Gabe says I pre-ordered the Hive Destroyer. Nice. I get the Super 7, and right now that fulfills my role for it. It's kind of big, but it's kind of like the right amount of details for me. I'm like, this is my mind's eye of Destroyer at the moment. But I'd be tempted if I really cared. I need me a good, like a Space Godzilla though. I still got the Bandai America one. Kind of goofy looking, but pretty decent. And then also, like, they have like the new Bandai one, the new movie monster series. But even with that one, I'm like, I need a movable, because I have, the NECA Heisei Godzilla. So it's like, I need those to pair up a bit better in my mind. And it would also be nice with the articulated tail, especially. Because I need that for the space, because I don't have that much space on the thing. Of course, you don't have a lot of space. You got Godzillas with their tails all over the place. And Tommy said, and years ago I made an awesome discount purchase of SH menu, of the SH Monster Arts Godzilla versus Kong Godzilla. See, that one is pretty decent. Oh, that's my face. Getting all. Yeah, but I think I actually do have that Godzilla too. He hasn't really been out on display, I don't think. But he's pretty good. It was a pretty good figure for the time. And then we got the Haya. And she's like, oh, okay, this is a whole other level. I'm sorry, Figure Arts, but you're still good. But it's just like, but this is just better. This is just way better. I'm sorry. But Harrison Ford was decorated. I kind of remember I've seen the first movie, like, years ago. I think it was, like, around this time, like, during, like, the 4th of July. My mom was like, hey, we're going to watch this. And I'm like, oh, okay. I think it was around that time. I can't remember. It feels familiar, but I don't know. Big Abe says the only Super 7 I have is the Space Godzilla with the Trendmasters colors. Oh, like that. Yeah, where it's like yeah, is that like the green and blue? Or is that like a different kind of thing? Because I remember that's like a specific one. Can't remember what the colors on the Trendmasters was. That is annoying me that I don't know that at the top of my head. Oh, they did like a super version. I'm trying to remember what is the Trendmasters colors? Kind of looks like a weather forecast. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. That's a perfect analogy for that color space. Yeah. See, that's really cool. See, that's what I like seeing too. Like seeing like the different like the interpretations and like the homages to the history of the old toys. And Super 7 does that well because they do that with Turtles. I think they do that kind of with Power Rangers, and then with Thundercats, I think they just kind of do their own thing. But I'm not sure. But yeah, just need a good Space Godzilla. I'm just waiting for Haya. I forget if they showed off like a prototype or anything. I know they've showed off their Burning Godzilla. Their prototype, and then of course their images that they released for the details on pre-ordering. And then I'm trying to remember what else. Of course we got the Muto and Biollante. I don't remember there's really anything else. Of course we got the Muto 2-pack now, finally. So we get both both the male and the female figures from Godzilla 2014. We already got the female Muto, but finally getting our flying one, and then the female one actually looks kind of better. So I'm kind of tempted by it to upgrade and then get rid of this one, or have like a little army of Mutos, a lot of females. And then you have like the one from Godzilla King of the Monsters, and that guy is a little bigger, or gal. I forget what they are. I know in the Godzilla movie, like the female is walking and then the male's flying. But are there females or males that can be either or within the universe? I can't remember. Because what is Muto Prime? Is Muto Prima a female Muto? I have a NECA plastic blistered case Space Godzilla. I forgot where I got it. Probably like, I don't know, probably just had like a comic shop at that time, if you had any at the time, or if there's like, I assume like probably maybe a Toys R Us, if they were around by that time. I forget if they were. I think they were. Because they also did like re-releases of those same figures, but they were in box as well. I don't know if they did Space Godzilla. I know they did Godzilla. But I don't know, probably about GMK, because they did like the Blast version, but we'll kind of, I don't know. We're just yapping. I gotta get into this figure, y'all. But thank y'all for yapping with me for about an hour. So yeah, Mephisto, some point. This guy's coming back for sure. Great pickup. W pickup. Hopefully we'll get GMK from Haya soon. That's my main thing. I'm like, I'm ready for that now. I'm ready for that to get here now that we're talking about figure stuff. Well, we're gonna get into the string, get into the figure, talk about the Eastman and Laird Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimate Body Count Casey Jones. There we go. There's our dude. Hup, hup, hup. Of course, pick this one specifically because we have because tomorrow is the 4th of July. This is just our little special, as I do every year for it. Every year. Tommy says, yeah, NECA, yeah, they release so often. It's hard to nail down a date. Yeah. But probably like if it is one of like those plastic blister ones, it must have been like that original time of those figures. Because blister, I definitely remember early on. Because I forget if I got one, I think. Okay, because I do have their... Okay, yeah, this was from the blister time, but it's like, but I got them loose. Yeah, but is there 1954 Godzilla figure, the black and white version? That one is like so good though. Like that's like the best one. Like I think of that entire wave. Just the very first Godzilla. Perfectly done. I would prefer to have his, I think his pupils like looking outward, like just from side to side instead of like looking forward. If that's like the one thing I wish that was different, but I get it. It still looks pretty good. It still looks great. I don't know what else of that blister pack. I think was like the Shin Godzilla stuff on there because I do have their their atomic breath one or the whatever like the beam version is of the Shin Godzilla. Yeah, that one's kind of grown on me, but even when I got it, I was like, this is okay, but could be better. Could be better, but it's still pretty decent. But yeah, but then we got NECA's Eastman and Laird's, the Mirage, as I call it, pack. What the hell? I just noticed that. Well, I guess he is a bit scruff, so got already a ding in there. Kind of sucks, but there's our artwork at the front done by Kevin Eastman himself. Whole cityscape and everything. Has the mask, has the arms, has the chainsaw and lipstick. But Eastman and Laird, the side, Eastman and Laird on the top, a warning. Nice artwork, a full kind of shot here of Casey and Eastman art. Eastman and Laird's at the bottom. Director, sculpt and fabrication, paint, prototypes, photography, packaging, illustration. All these great people who make stuff. And then there's Nickelodeon. Barcode, Turtles, NECA on the back. Meanwhile, there's your little promo shots of the figure. Looking actually pretty good. This is actually, yeah, kind of the main reason I also did want to get this figure, to kind of see how he just works as a regular Casey, possibly. But here's the to be continued, where you have this dude. I forget what his name is like. It's like Nobody or something, right? And then you got the super green version of what's your freaking name, brother? Fugitoid. Excuse me, having a brain fart. And then this dude. Is that Leatherhead? Yeah, it looks like a crocodile, but you don't. The same one. He kind of looks like a dinosaur. I can't tell. Actually, I do need to grab that one then. Alrighty, hold up. There's it is. Oh, it's display. Hold on, I'm gonna mute up for a moment, so I shall be right back. Look at the cool figure. we have returned. Tommy says, catching back up with y'all now, I was looking at that Casey Jones, but wound up passing on it. I have the older releases of him and like those more. Yeah, I definitely think if you're just good, just having a kind of like the ones you have now, where it's like it's very classic feeling of the time, I definitely get that. And it's definitely like especially like the red shirt release, especially that one, kind of like that kind of did it for me. But when I saw this one, I was like, oh, Casey's a bit bulkier. He looks a bit meaner, and he's a little more based, kind of like more basic down, but might be able to have different looks going on here, maybe. Because he's got the gloves, he's got other stuff going on, he's got the badass mask. I know the flag ain't the greatest rep right now, but this is still a badass looking design. You can't deny it. And even like the artwork there, like it even looks more comic like. See, I just like that. I was like, oh, I get it. Ultimate body count. And with the artwork, he still looks a bit skinnier there too. Because this one, like he looks bulky, but I don't know. But he looks a bit more leaner there still, but it's still bulky as hell. I mean, the shoulders and the arms. His arms look so small. But they're just so buff. And then more nice promo art of the figure. I love these inner flaps. I love having something like this. I guess this was also a Target exclusive, I think. I believe so. Probably was. But, yeah, this guy. It's a badass figure. What do I gotta say? Pretty nice. Pretty cool. Yeah, but pay attention to the... Stay away. Alright. We have to fix you. I've been neglecting. I'm sorry, playmates, but... Yeah. Here's our NECA stuff. I guess we'll just go ahead, get this going. I should be more careful. I'm getting too fancy. We've got the kit with the crew, because we're going to need every tool we can knowing these NECA figures. But great packaging. Love this style that they got going on with these. Love especially having the front flaps and all the art on the inside there. Number 46, by the way, has like a lime green kind of color to it for the general like character contrast. That's pretty cool. Even kind of works with the moon thing going on there. Okay. We'll cut from the bottom and go from there. There we go. Here's me. Ooh. It's a different guy now. Leatherhead. Oh, it's your toy. Oh, thank you, Tommy. Sorry, I didn't see your other ones after that. But yeah, but thanks. Yeah, I didn't think it was Leatherhead. I'm just like, this guy looks too much like a dinosaur. I mean, look at this dude. I'm like, maybe because they've kind of had him like this before, I think. But no, he's got like a collar. He's like wearing clothes. Or doesn't, and we're not gonna pull this out, but it's just our regular kind of backdrop there, kind of city that they've done for every single figure. Would be kind of nice to have a little different color variation, but it's like it's just trash now. It looks good for the aesthetic, but I'm just like a little bit of something, a little bit more for these figures. Maybe one more little thing. I mean, they're doing all this, so they're doing a great job and being bang for your buck and being pretty good on quality now. But even still, you gotta throw caution to the wind. So this dude, what do I say? Can you? Well, trying to escape all of it. Put that on. There's our figure here. It's pretty good in all of its plastic glory, even little tray of hands. Very nice to have those extra. We'll just start pulling these out as easy as we can. Of course, there is also tape on the sides. Mr. X-Acto Blade back again. Doing this where I do it correctly. Got a little bit of tape there. Cut easily. Try to pour these out easily. There we go. We'll just go over the hands first just to get through it. So we got two kind of flat palm hands, but have your thumbs out there. I guess this is a very like specific grip hand here. I'll have to see on to the packaging there. It has some little hair paint designs there, so pretty well done. Have your pair of kind of like split out, or like kind of like more just like relaxed hands. Still have the hair paint on them, but very basic. And then have your just your regular grip hands there. Don't have your trigger finger sculpted out on them, but they'll hold it. I mean, he doesn't have a gun. Well, he has a chainsaw. But I think they also all just go side to side. I don't think there's any up and down hands. Kind of would have been nice, but you know. Just the style of the figures and what they've all been doing. But this one is, I think, a little bit more technically, gonna feel technically nicer. We will those to the side, get him a bit more in frame. I'll actually go up higher. Alright. Come on, thing. Alright. We will. Ooh, that look right. That looks right. Here we are. We'll get out our snippers here. Come from overhead, we'll go through each part, so we'll just get out our equivalent of kind of gloves we can put on top. You know, different hand set, if you will. Might as well get out the third, the extra, the very obvious. But first, have your two gloves, kind of like goalie, I guess, and they all say pro. Pro. He's a pro, guys. Trust us. Look at this man. But these are some really actually nice gloves. Have all your detail work in there. Actually does have a wrist peg, so this is basically just another hand option. So that's really cool. Of course, you don't get any articulation in it. It's just a straight line there, but you do have some actual seam lining in there, so that's actually kind of nice. And this one's all wrapped up, so they're a bit different, so that's nice. Different wears and looks there, because you have like one on there, but then you don't have one on here. So that's pretty cool. Like just little details here and there make them Very specific. And then, of course, you got the bottle, presumably of alcohol, probably a Jack Daniels, if the evidence is sufficient. But have your black lid to it, have the black kind of plate to it. You can put like a sticker or like do something. But Tommy says those are regular hockey gloves. Goalie gloves are huge. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. Because don't they have like a kind of like it's more of like an actual like kind of like it's kind of like a baseball glove where it's kind of like okay, like it kind of like shapes into it. It's kind of more roundish instead of just like a glove. Goalie gloves are huge. I used to play league street hockey. That's awesome, Tommy. That's cool. Nice. Good to get some clarification because I kind of forget because I don't really watch hockey or interactive hockey that much, but it's cool. The other one is a big rectangular blocker. Oh yeah, it's just like a wall. I got a wall. Don't go between the legs. I got a wall. Essentially. Alright, snips. Alright, snippers. I swear. I just won't worry about it. This one I can worry about. Okay. Nearly done. Next we'll go up to the chainsaw. Fairly included. Already actually pretty sweet here. Actually does have a very cool comic vibe to it. I use the guinea pig's nail, clippers, cut ties. Clippers, cut ties. Is that the official name? Clippers. Oh, Cliffords. Clifford. That sounds like Clifford. Clippers, cut ties. I don't know what clippers is. That also a hockey thing? Clippers to cut ties. Oh, that's what it is. Bruh. The guinea pig's nail? What's the guinea pig's nail? Oh, you use your guinea pig. Oh my god. That didn't like connect to my head because I've seen the stuff and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, oh, that's what he's talking about. You've hidden too many keys here, bruh. You good? You get the right amount of keys. It's just like one's off. One is just a bit different, but you get the amount correct. But look at this chainsaw, bro. All the lining and detailing, the grip on it even has like a little like a safety guard. That's kind of cool to see. The actual like the chainsaw is basically just white, but you have all your details there, and yeah, it is all sculpted like very like all rough. Like it's not like sharp, but it's like you feel a texture on it, so that's very cool. And of course have the classic hockey stick, all wrapped up to the top, all around, and then you just have the one basically the main piece of the stick that hits the puck. I don't know the exact term of it or of what they call it, but the thing that hits the puck, the end of the stick. But we'll part on that showing. Nothing even at the top. It's fully wrapped up. Casey, what happened to this thing? This is bad. Yeah, NECA kills it with the cell shading. Honestly, when it comes to like specific things, it's kind of like, it's just like this stuff is kind of like the ones that's like, oh, you did this perfectly, like within like the realm of the universe. But all the rest is kind of like, it's still kind of like, I feel like it still all kind of like blends in together as like generic kind of NECA turtle stuff, even if it's a more a specific style, because I put some of the cartoon stuff with the Mirage stuff just because I think they have a better design and variety for what it is and what it looks like. So I'm just like, okay, that is completely fine to me. Why is this like drooping so much? This upsets me greatly. Hold on. Look at that. That looks way better. But his stick. Stick is great, but it's called, what Tommy say? The head or blade of the stick. I was gonna see, I was thinking like head or something, and I'm like, I don't know if that's right. That's weird. But that's cool. Good setup there. Good setup. And then Clippers. Back again. Shall save Casey one more time. Saved a many a Casey's. You are not the first. I don't know if he'll be the last either. Even the hardest to last, which is the one, of course, around the head. Right around the neck. And I'm just like, can I even do this? Is this even possible? Like, it's just so close. And he's got long hair and a giant head. And I was like, where's my entry? Where's my in? Because I can't do it on that side because it's too far up. All right. All right. Think we have everything. We shall first clear out our area. Alright, we're gonna get all my trash. All the victims of the Clippers. Now, the plastic, the figure, a witness to the ether. And there we have them. If I can get them. Tommy says, first Casey they released without his golf bag. For real though, what? I mean, it's accurate to what they're showing, I guess, in their images. He's just going with more hands. He's just like, I don't got everything right now, but I'm a bit beefier, and I really don't care right now. I'm feeling very patriotic for some reason. Ugh. But this is one dude you do not want to mess with, even without the bag. I mean, but it is kind of weird then. It's kind of like, okay, so then where's all your stuff? Unless he's just like, I'm at the, like he's actually like playing hockey or something. Oh, what if this is like his team costume? Like this was like his hockey team. Like before, like he like started with this mask or something. He's kind of like, oh, all my older stuff. And then he finds like a chainsaw somehow. Because there's probably some way that he just has a chainsaw. Probably somewhere. I mean, if he has like an extra stash and he's like, just in case I lose the main stash, I got like a chainsaw hidden away somewhere. Yeah, that I don't use that often, but I'll bring it out when time comes, and I guess time came, because then yeah, this thing was all beat up. It feels like it, and then the bottle, a little down on his luck, but then the gloves are just super cool. But this figure by itself looks fantastic. Like this head sculpt alone is just like, oh, this is perfect. It's so good. I don't think it's one of like their cleanest jobs. Except for like one part I'm having on there. Except for one major part. Just right there on the mask. There's a little dinked. It's not as clean unless it's supposed to be like that, but I kind of doubt it. Based on the images, it's supposed to look clean based on what I'm seeing. So that kind of sucks. I have a little bit of paint on there. And probably some paint missing, it seems like. So that kind of sucks. But not the biggest thing. I mean, you barely even notice it from back here. Unless like you turn like fully sideways there. But of course it would be perfect to have the whole profile be perfect with the paint. But then overall the hair sculpt is amazing. It has a little bit of white paint in there. But all black but with a very blue highlight. Actually comes out more so on camera than it actually does in person. I mean, it's out there, but if you get it in shadow, like you can barely even see it. So pretty good there, but nice new muscular body. I actually kind of like this more jacked version of Casey with the big ass shoulders, hella traps. His head's kind of big for his body though. He's still kind of like, he kind of still has a little bit of the scrawniness that they were showing on the art when it comes to the upper torso. Like he doesn't do his traps that much. Like they're still jacked, but they're not like, you know, as buffed as these freaking shoulders and arms, bro. Buffed as hell. He put on some mass. He probably does something. But also has like the classic, like the red t-shirt. Oh well, this one is actually like a tank top, so not even like a ripped up kind of sleeveless shirt. Eddie's, but as he's had, because this has a little bit more of like the collar showing it, and the shoulders as well. But has has all your kind of arm hair detail from the shoulder down the arms, and these are pinless, double jointed. Very cool, very nice. Has the red continuing on the back, has your jeans there, has the little pockets sculpted there, has your belt with a gold buckle and like a silver kind of ish belt. Kind of unique color, but has your, these are even kind of like sweats. Even so, these aren't even like jeans. Like these are actually sweatpants based on what that is, unless they're like short jeans, like skinny jeans. But then kind of tears out the shirt, at the pants, and then the knees are fully exposed on both pants, which is accurate for what they're showing on here. Still just very weird. It's just like, what's going on, Casey? And then one last detail, of course, with the shoes, where his shoes are untied. They are not done. They are very loose. So he has been such through a rough time that he can't even change his pants to have a new pair of pants, so his knees aren't constantly being exposed to, and his shoes are entirely untied. And he has a bigger mask, which looks even harder to see out of, but he's beefy as fuck. And you do not fuck with Casey Jones. Do not mess with this guy. Um, Tommy says maybe NECA planned that release. Casey is a New Yorker, and it's the 250th anniversary. It's a possibility. Well, this came out. When did this come out? Because this actually came out, I think, last year. Yeah, this came out in 2025. So this wasn't even like near this time. That's why I'm doing it, because it's the 4th of July. I've done one every year, no matter what, even if our government is solely corrupt and run by awful people, in my opinion. I still educate myself. I still know what's going on in history, because you gotta know. You gotta appreciate. You gotta know. Tommy says Casey Jones, a Last Ronin version, looks odd body-wise, but has a ton of weapons in his bag. I have seen those ones. The Casey, I'm just kind of like, it feels like so generic to me. I'm just like, he's okay. He just looks. That's kind of like okay. A lot of like those Last Ronin figures. Like kind of like those designs, like that's like a video game, kind of like a future video game version, I imagine, of the Turtles. I mean, like Last Ronin, I think that's perfect. I think that's fine in my mind when it comes to Mirage. In that case, because they get a little older and they're a little bigger. And I'm like, okay, it makes sense. It's like because I do prefer. I'm just saying, I do prefer the. Well, I can get out that one too. Hold on. Not doing this one, but yeah. But when it comes to like a lot of like the Last Ronin stuff, I'm just like, it doesn't do too much for me. Yeah. I mean, the only other ones I have are like the Cyborg Ninjas. I have what do they call them? Sinjas, SYNJA. I have the 2-pack and the single release of the of the blue one. Of their standard. And that's kind of like, I'm like, okay, that's it. Kind of like, because all like the rest of the characters, like I do like all their designs, but it's just like a lot of them I'm kind of like, this is kind of what I expect like a video game to have their versions of. It just doesn't click entirely for me. Also, I just don't have the space and I can't get invested too much into it. I mean, of course, I have this Mirage stuff, so that's even still more of the style, kind of closer to Last Ronin, because I think that's kind of like on purpose, even if they're a little more cartoonish. But they've been doing Last Ronin stuff, and it's on the Eastman and Laird, so it's like, it's a part of that. It's a part of all this stuff. And I might get some of those, but I haven't really been getting too much. I'm like, I need to get specific characters, and I know this is another Casey. This is the 3rd case we've had. But I keep getting turtles, and I'm just like, how many more variants of turtles do I really need? I have a fair amount. I think I'm on the precipice of being like, okay. Turtles, I think, were good for a while. I have the ones that I have, and I'll open ones later times, whenever the time is right. But it'll come by, because I got so much shit. I still got a whole ass like a Technodrome. I still got the freaking the pizza tank, like that Playmates stuff. I need to get all that going. So it's just like, what the hell? It's crazy. Yeah, but Tommy says this one at least has a decent body. Yeah, the body on this one looks pretty good. Also, pinless and double jointed on the knees as well. Let's not forget to mention that. I always have to remember in my mind. I'm like, let's see, especially with NECA. NECA is going to be very interesting with having this newer tech. I do wish they had butterflies, because it would be perfect if they had that right there. But it's like, okay, I get it. You guys don't want to get too crazy. But Singes. Tommy says I have the Last Ronin armored and unarmored. Never bought the others, but almost did. Yeah, I have the armored one. We'll be looking at that in a minute. I also do need to get the unarmored one. Like that one actually is one of my favorite looking figures, and I need it. Also, still kind of want to get the. It's not really naked, but you know, where he's like where he's like he's just a turtle man who's got a lot of scars. That's just all he is. He's just a turtle man. He's got just so many scars. And he has like bandage after bandage after bandage after bandage. It's just one little bandage. It's kind of weird as a figure, but it looks great. Alright. Yeah, so need to go over articulation. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I'm trying to organize. Make sure everything is lining up. Alright. So for Casey, we will get into articulation. At the top of the neck, I believe you have a ball joint at the top there, and probably has a rod that goes down to another ball down the neck, but you go up, you go down, pretty alright. Go side to side. Can kind of do a 360 with some resistance. Tilt. Actually pretty nice on this. But Tommy says, I have no interest at all in old Cyborg April. The April from last Ronin looks blah. Honestly, I think it's mainly like the humans. The humans just don't look good in this thing. I forget like who's like their main, like their bad guy, but had they even like done, is it like a future Shredder, or it's like Karai? I know they've done like the Mirage ones, but even like those ones, I'm like, that's not really what I'm looking for Karai. We did get the Shredder one, and I do have her, but I don't have like their what they're calling their basic one. But she's like more padded up than what I think of. Like she's pretty decent, but I'm like, I don't know. It just doesn't click for me. But look at this Casey, bro. It just clicks. But yeah, I remember. Yeah, but that April, like the last Ronin ones, like the humans, I'm just like, these are very generic. I could kind of care less about these. Casey especially, to be honest. He looks like the movie Casey. He looks like he looks like an Arrowverse Casey Jones. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, to the actor whoever played Casey, like in the Michael Bay ones, but I'm just like, I mean, he's okay, but I'm like, bro, this ain't the guy, this ain't the dude, this is very generic. This is just like, okay, I guess it's Casey, he's here, I guess. And he's a cop. But damn, but this guy, you cannot rotate your shoulder at all. He is like in there, but you can come up about that far, come down. Is that the drawback? Is that the whole drawback because of this design, that they just didn't want to put? Oh, and these double jointed elbows feel very, very tight. This is very weird. You literally, there is no way that you can rotate this shoulder at all. And that's the most articulation, that you're getting. You cannot go, like, maybe more, but I don't want to push the plastic because then I'm just going to mar it. Time to hit those joints. I think that's the main thing. I think that this upper body just needs to be heated up more. For sure. But we still got to get our articulation there in the mid-torso, so not too bad. Shoulders. Your bicep swivel. Still works fine. Have your double jointed elbow, a little tough in the beginning, but once you get there, you got it. So it's good. And then at your hands, they all just hinge in and out and rotate. These are just the basic fist as well. Just have the hair on the back of the knuckles as always. The rest of the shirt actually has a little, I think a little like color change there at the top, unless that's just the shadows. Myself, I think that's just the shadows, but probably I think does have like a little highlight. I don't know if that's just the natural light or not. That might be just the natural light, but yeah, it just looks very vibrant. Vibrant, but yeah, but no articulation there. I think at the hips. It looks like a separate piece, but it feels like it's glued in. So it's just your upper torso joint there. Can 360. Go tilt to tilt and hula hoop. Then at the legs, you can kick forward about that far. Kick back that far. Kick out. Not too bad. Nearly can do the splits. If he has good ankles, which don't feel like it. Plastic. Need a heat. But then have rotation on the inside of the thigh, at the upper thigh. Have your double jointed pinless knees. Those are the elbows. I think I said elbows earlier. I hope I didn't say knee earlier. But there's your knees. Not too bad. And then nothing at the actual cutoff from the pants to the bare leg piece there. That goes to the sock. But you do get a hinge forward, hinge back, and there is a rocker, but it feels stuck. It feels like it just doesn't want to move, and I do not want to break my joint. So we will have to heat that also afterwards because I do not want to risk breaking this dude, but I think he can take a fall or two. He'll be fine. But this guy just looks so good. Like, his presence alone for me is just enough by itself. I'm just like, yeah, this guy is just... You don't fuck with this guy. You do not fuck with this guy. This guy is so fucking cool. You're like, liberty, huh? Hit you with my stick. Alright, but we'll try out switching out some hands. Definitely want to first do our gloves, get our full look. Hopefully it's kind of easy to take out these hands. Ooh, looks like hands are not going to be easy to fish out. Got one hand. A little scary there, but we got it out. Try to get as much paint out of there as possible. We will switch out our gloved hands. And your wrist pieces and your cuffs are actually sculpted on there, so that does not come off, so that's not a separate piece, so that's actually kind of nice. With the glove hands, simple enough. Put the hole into the peg, or putting the peg into the hole, and go until you feel it kind of snap in there. There you got your gloved up Casey. Just rotates there, so not really too much trouble there. Get this one working a bit more. We'll get his stick here. Kind of want to have them he was like, all right, guys. Everyone just calm down and take a drink. He's like, he don't mind if I have a drink. And then they start a fight. Kind of like foot ninjas, or maybe just like some little petty criminals. Like, hey, dude. And the rap's like, bro, like, you're like, yeah, what are you, Batman? You don't gotta go this hard, bro. And then Raph goes that hard, and it's like, all right, whatever. But this is just super cool. It's such like a big thing for Casey, I think, to have a bit more attitude. He's just like, I don't care. I'm a maniac. I do want to try get him with the actual chainsaw. And thankfully, these hands don't seem too bad to change. I get the stick out. Okay, that's pretty good. I just don't know what's the best hand to use based on the packaging for the thing. For you. I guess it's just the open hand. That's from what it looks like. Well, I have one that has the open and then one has the thing. Well, I'll have both open hands. Where does his hand go? Oh. On the side of it? What? It's a very weird pose. So if he's holding it with two hands, but then if he's holding it with one, I'll just do it with the one hand. Okay. Oh, okay. Trying to figure out what this pose is going to be with this chainsaw. I think I got it. The hands are actually pretty pliable, especially these gripping ones. Like, they actually work pretty well. That's good to see. gonna get his. Just imagine him. Yeah, like he just opens the door. Well, the chainsaw's already going. He's like, okay, who wants to go? It'd actually be pretty sick. Too bad I can't get his shoulder to move. Even if I do I'll do him a double. I'm gonna try him with just the chainsaw because that's just, I just think it'll be fun. Just don't know where to put his second hand at then. I also didn't realize that my bicep swivel was stuck there on the other arm. Man. Just the one? I don't know if it can even do it. As it is now? Doesn't even look like the shoulders even move on these. Which is either. I don't know if that's just then an intentional thing. Well, no, the shoulder moves there, so it is. Yeah, it is rotatable. Of course it should be. What the heck? Hold on. They really should have put like butterfly joints or something. Like they should have tried at least like if you're gonna make it this much, try some butterfly joints because you got nothing going on in there. I'll do him like that. I want him like he should be like pointing it, but he can't because his shoulder can't go up. Okay, there we go. Kind of got it a bit. I don't want to push it over there, but I got it over here. Trying to like get him. More active with it. Like that. A bit like that. Like, yeah, I got my freaking chainsaw, bitch. I'm crazy. I'm literally a vigilante. But mainly just beat up bad guys who try to take over New York and dress like ninjas with giant mutated turtles that are also ninjas. But I'm a good guy, trust me. I'm definitely not going insane. I'm definitely not in unstable condition. There we go. I don't know why I'm doing lightsaber noise. It's like. But I guess it would maybe do that. But he looks so badass. It would be kind of cool if he had like one little thing. So if you want him with just the where is this? Yeah, oh, there it is. If you want just his chainsaw, but at least have him have his hockey stick. It would have been nice if they had like something, like some kind of slot on the back, or it just has like a hole in there that kind of just works on there. But you can use some sticky tack if you prefer. But that's pretty good though. I kind of like that. Pretty sick. So we'll see what we do with him in the end. I do like him with the hockey pads. I think that's very cool. But I also do like him with this. Can this work in this hand? I hope it can. I don't think it will. But I'll try it still. Oh, I'm live. A big thing of glue or paint on that thing. That's why. Oh, a chainsaw bit. Okay. Yeah, probably not gonna work with this one. It's like fully. Well, it's like that maybe. Hold on. Changing out our gloves. There goes the glove. Hold on, you gotta hold the hockey stick. Yeah, I think that's fine. Hardcore Casey, if you will. Looks pretty neat. It looks honestly pretty impressive in my mind. I do like this bigger stock, this heavier style of Casey. more basic now, but we're gonna do some mix and matching in a minute here to see how it compares with the other one. Yeah, but this guy, like, you know why they call this the body count Casey Jones, ultimate body count Casey Jones. You do not, I'll say it blatantly, you do not fuck with this guy. This guy does not care. This guy will probably kill you. He is not having a good day. And he is tired of dealing with your shit. He's like, you know what? Any bad guy I see, they're getting it. They're getting it. I do not care. Alrighty. Pretty good, pretty nice. Do we want to keep? We'll keep the ball out for now. Just to remind him of his demons that he's dealing with. But first, we'll get on with my comparisons. Okay. First, of course, can't have one KC. There isn't just the one of the Mirage line. There are a few others. First off, my main display one, the Target exclusive red shirt, Mirage Casey Jones. It's their more basic version, and then their first version that they did in the gray shirt. Where I have him without the mask, and you can see what a beautiful face he has. Truly a face only a mother can love. But still, an accurate and great representation of this character. And they look so good, pretty much. But I did want to see if it was possible for me to at least switch the head onto this one to see if this is if I can give him all his stuff, so the head easily, and also maybe even give him the whole thing right here. We might as well try it out. This Casey is fine for me. I do like the unmasked head that did come with him, so you have that option, because that's why this one exists now. But then with this Casey, let's see what we can do. I don't know how easy it is to take off the heads. Oh, pretty easy. Very, very nice. They do look like different ball sizes, but they might just work. Oh, hell yeah. That works perfectly fine. Of course, it does kind of accentuate the brown highlights of the hair. They're a little bit more thicker on. It's kind of blondish, if you will. It's kind of like Casey actually has a natural kind of like a little bit of blondish, or kind of even like a brown hair, but then he made it black and darker as he went later on. It's just like black and has like blue highlights for some reason, but that's just comic stuff. But this looks so damn good. The paint on the ears especially don't really match, and with the skin tone don't really match too well, but you kind of don't really notice it. It kind of blends in a bit. I do want to give him a full package here. Hopefully I'll be able to sneak that through. Torso might be a little tight on it, but I think I'm able to get most of it. even if you want to have this, and that's just a more beefed up classic Casey, which is kind of what my intention was with this, to be honest. This is kind of like an ultimate Casey Jones right here. This is like your most equipped Casey that you can have around. This guy is so fucking badass. I love this so much. So this might be my main display Casey now, to be honest, because this is pretty good, but kind of like in my mind, I feel like this was an upgrade to this. Even if it's very different in what it's interpreting, the era it's supposed to be in. Hopefully this isn't going to break. We're going to set him down. But this is kind of like what's going to be on my shelf. I know it's not probably accurate to really any one thing of any Casey in time, but god damn, this looks so good. We will return him back to form, because even still, if you have just this as just your Casey Jones, just, you know, just the base figure without any of these little mods or anything, you have a pretty badass Casey Jones. This is such a badass figure just by itself. Speaks for its own. But still love these old Caseys. They still work well, but this is the ultimate Casey Jones right here. So it would be cool if they did like a later version that does have all the stuff on there. Maybe have like a different, like a head sculpt. It has a different kind of style to it, more of that style. If the artist, you know, like if that era did have the more, let's say, what's the word? More kind of like a classic style of the original Mirage mask, and even have like the wrapped up arms would be cool. And to be honest, I think NECA needs to start putting in some butterflies, because that would benefit greatly for this figure, because especially since one of the shoulders is completely stuck and can't move. So I'm like, bruh, we're gonna get the bottom here. We're gonna lose that. But in any case, Casey looking pretty swell. Yeah, just a few more comparisons. Well, a lot more comparisons. We've only been through one group. We do a lot. All right. Next up, got the only Mirage turtle of the original line from 2008. Got Michelangelo, kind of like my representation of the turtles for this whole thing. Well, except for one thing, but another. And then April from this Mirage line, the newest one. Where we also did I think we also did a stream of her, I believe. I can't believe she got her own stream. Nowadays, she'd definitely be a Saturday stream. I'm sorry, April, but it's true. But you're still a pretty good figure. And it worked. We did an April for April. It made sense. Had a theme to it all. April's cool. Looks great next to Casey. Looks great next to this original Mirage turtles. I need to see these again, please. Please do this again, NECA. I don't want to see my big beefy turtles. At least that's just my take. I don't need to replace this. I just need this to come back. Because I love this original Mirage design. Because that is the original Kevin Eastman and Laird. And Peter Laird design. Right there. A little skinnier, but still musculature. Still dark and all. But looks so fucking badass. And I love, and I love that they have like the beaks kind of thing going on there and have the actual tails. I don't know if even like the newer Mirage ones even have tails. I think they're still even kind of, of a later era of Eastman and Laird, as of most of this stuff is. Some are definitely more classic, but other ones it's just like, this is a little bit more later on, even though it was still Mirage. It was still a different style going on. But I love these figures. Please bring them back, NECA. Please bring back these designs. I'm always begging. It's the one thing I need to just complete this line, and I'll be good. I mean, I'm still getting a lot of their stuff. I mean, look at the casing. I still got other stuff. I got Soldiers. I got the Foot Clan. I got Karaya's the Shredder. I still got Baxter Stock. Got other figures. We might be looking at one tomorrow, like a Renee. Or Renette, whatever her, the time travel lady is. I still got the Utrom figure in box. I don't know why I haven't opened them. I just haven't. Just didn't get around to it, so they just sit there in the pile collecting dust. But in any case, we're going to move on. Next round of comparisons, we're going to have Splinter getting in here. Oh, if I can get his little feet working. He's so small. He's so tiny, bro. But then we'll bring in the Shredder. This is the the battle damaged one in the blue coloring. They do have a more classic color version in the red, but I just haven't gotten it because honestly right now it's not worth the price. I need me an original classic Shredder in those red. There's a little Mauser for you. There's a Utron. Oh, one that came with April. So I'm putting him with Splinter because Splinter kind of tiny. You need to fill out the space a bit. But there's the Utron dude. And there's that. So little tiny comparisons. Well, not tiny, but halfway. But Splinter's still big. He's a big ass rat dude. I guess he was like oh wait, no, he was a regular rat and then he grew. What the hell? It's weird. But they look badass too. They look pretty good. Need a new Shredder though. And then one of my favorite Mirage figures, really of all time. This is probably like peak Mirage for me compared to the actual like original Turtles that they did because the original Turtles are like peak. The 2008 Mirage line versions are just so peak. But then this one, Fugitoid, is like one of my favorites. One of my favorites ever. The way they've done the paint on this and the whole design and the sculpt is just amazing. It's cool that they're doing their release with this too, where you have, your see-through, like your green version that's going to be coming out or is out by now. I forget. But it just doesn't do anything for me because this one's just so damn good. It's just enough. It's just perfect. I love that Splinter figure. NECA did for Eastman and Laird. Was damn near perfection for real, and it came with a ton. And it came with like a ton of accessories. So it's kind of like it was like actually more worth the price. I think I forget. Did I just get this? I think I just got it. I forget where. Where I got that one, but it's so damn good. I probably ordered it. I think I ordered it. But then there's our last Ronin. Oh, NECA. Turtle. So this is just the full armored up version, but one of my favorite NECA figures. But this is kind of like one. But when I'm talking about more of like the more modern Mirage Turtle style, it's more like this, where it's like it feels like more of a dude in a costume. And I think that is more generalized when it comes to like with the movies especially. And then, having kind of like been that era been like so successful, and then even with the cartoons where they're where they were more kind of anthropomorphic or specific. So it's like, they've always been guys, but then, compared to the original Mirage, they were kind of shorter, a little skinnier, a little still beef, still had like the weird nose thing going on, but a little bit different. But they're just little turtles. But now they're a bit bigger. I guess that's kind of like, I guess they're kind of going back to that with the, with the new, like the younger turtles, the Mayhem ones, where they're all actual teenage kind of size feeling. I still gotta watch that show. I watched the movie, when it came out. I love the movie. But just the show, I'm just like, I gotta get into that because it looks very cool. It's a different interpretation of turtles, and it's been a while since I've really like dived into one. Well, besides like Last Run, but even that, I'm just, I'm tipping my toe, I'm dipping my toe, and I'm like more appreciating from afar. All right, but this is gonna be our KC comparison rounds, where we have like 2 or 3 rounds of just KCs. So here comes the KCs. First one is the NECA Cartoon Collection, which is one of my favorite KCs. I'm kind of actually with the main turtle display that is basically just the cartoon line because I love that cartoon line. This is my main KC. And then we also have these suited KC, where he was like going like in disguise, and he has the thing here. But I actually swapped the heads on both of those too. So where the original Casey figure head is on this body, and then the original suit head body, the original suited head is on this body. Because I just think it feels more accurate with the more kind of like different shaped details that work with this older body. And then this kind of like it does basically, it does kind of make it does kind of make this Casey look more basic, but I think that's kind of the point I kind of like with it. He's like London. It's kind of like that. That's like the cleanest he can look in there. I guess hair feels like so tight around. It's like, oh, okay. This is kind of like your still wild and normal crazy Casey, and then this is your as subdued as can be Casey, but he's still got the back. He still has the mask. But he's kind of like, okay, I'm here to do my job, but this is my look. And they're like, okay, you look like a bad guy. Come on in. And they're like, okay. Yeah, and they're like, hold these papers. It's like, okay. And then I assume he does something. I assume he beats up everyone and with the turtles. But they look great next to this Casey. Obviously a bit different in style, but work pretty well. Pretty cool. Then have your movie Caseys. First, with your ultimate. Well, actually, this is the 2-pack version. I have. This is the one that came with Raphael in the trench coat, which I also have still. And this one is the April. This is the Farmhouse 2-pack with Casey and April. Let me actually pose them up right and not be an idiot. Yeah. Look at that. Looks so good. Of course, kind of like the whole design, kind of like still comes from this to this. But, he's definitely not as beefy as him, but that's, animated and cartoon designs. But very cool little comparisons there to see the live action style. Yeah, the NECA also does so well too, because these look great. These are great figures. Oh yeah, and then I also, I actually had to switch out my regular head, for this Casey, and got the what was it? Was it the 2-pack version? I think it was the 2-pack version, because they actually had the rights, of course, to get his unmasked head in there, and so so then they redid the masked head with the actual face under there instead of it being just nothing. So pretty good. And then one of my favorite comparisons that I have coming up here. With my playmates. Oh. Casey here. I think I just hate this bag is like the bane of my existence. I've gotten to work before, but now I just don't got it. But there he is. That's pretty cool. Still a pretty nice figure. Nice little interpretation and toy, because I love these vintage little toys here. But his pair is going to be with another. Well, this is probably our most unique comparison of this whole stream, but it works with a theme. Have our good old Captain America, of course. Cap's got to make an entrance. Cap's got to be in there, looking cool, looking badass, smiling, thumbs up. And this is the Secret Wars one that has the scale mail is all right. And then I took the that shield from the that is from the Sam Wilson Captain America from the 3-pack from the New Avengers 3-pack, where it was him, Miss Marvel, and who was it? Hawkeye, Kate Bishop's Hawkeye. It was those three. I remember Shuri. Was Shuri in there? No, Shuri was. Oh yeah, she was with Claw. That was a whole different beast. But yeah, but gotta have good old Cap there. 4th of July, Captain America, doing the whole thing all because of that mask. Because of those stars and stripes. It's very interesting. Yeah, but still reminded of all the history. What's going on? Both the good and the bad. Trying to understand. But still trying to have fun with this. Mess with figures. Because this is a badass fucking figure. The next up we'll get in our animated April one to see how she compared up with this Casey. Honestly, he looks pretty badass. They look like actually a pretty good pair together. If I'll be honest, if I'll be a little biased right now, because this is kind of what I wanted to see. And then we even got Bernie over here, April's boss. I think his name is Bernie. I think that's what they call him. Like Bernie. So, yeah, works pretty well with the other human characters. I'll definitely might have to see. We might see him as our main display Casey at the end of the day. That might be the one. We're gonna get him compared up with some bad guys. We're only gonna do we're only doing one other bad guy. Main bad guy. We're only doing just the one. We're doing the one dude. If y'all want to see other turtle villains, be sure to let me know. I'll do like 1 or 2 more if you want me. But right now, we're just going to bring in the Shredder because he's our updated, kind of like our closest updated kind of human character when it comes to more cartoonish lines, even if it's not really Mirage, but it goes with it. And then with him, of course, you have the foot soldiers. Actually, we'll put one here and do ice cream one over here. I forget if he had a name or something. I forgot if I gave him a name. First inclination is to call him just Dave. Like, Dave, stop eating your ice cream. And I think he usually has, oh yeah, he usually has a, I think I give him a police hat sometimes. Because it's like, okay, it's clear who he's beating up and why they are. This guy, this is a robot cop eating his ice cream, and then here comes Ultimate Casey. But then, because this is what happens, because then we have our little destroyed one that came, I think that came with the original Casey Jones. And then you had your split in the middle one here that also came with your other Casey, I believe. Came with the suited Casey. But, what was I going to say? I forgot my train of thought. But definitely would be cool to see different variations. What was I saying? I forgot exactly what I was trying to make my point of right now. Like, my brain is... What's going on? I think those fireworks are distracted, so I'm like, oh, fireworks. Well, look at that friggin' dude there. That's so cool. But yeah, but it's just cool to see. It's nice to have a little army of these dudes. But yeah. Let's see. Might be fun to do a shot with these guys. Oh, do him. Oh, the chainsaw with that one would be pretty cool. Even with the middle one would be nice. Might be able to do that if I want to get that done by tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, but pretty good setup. I guess if y'all do want to see any other villains, be sure to let me know. If you want to compare with this one. I got Bebop, I got Rocksteady, I got Leatherhead, I got Mutageman, I got Krang, I got Android Body Krang, I got Rat King. I just didn't really want to grab him right now because I'm like, mainly it's about him having the body count. So here's the body count that I would count. Yeah, the body count that I would take by, because he's probably killed a lot of foot soldiers, even if they're guys or people. He's probably taken out a few. Still pretty cool. Then we'll do one last comparison. With a couple last movie figures, and of course, is the foot soldiers. Just to see how they compare with him. It's a style and everything.
and they do pretty well.
Not too bad. You could do something with this, but probably more, I think, prefer with the other ones there. But yeah, just a badass Casey Jones. I'll just go ahead.
Get this Casey back here.
I do want to do more unique figures, more so surrounding him. I have my Casey's because I haven't really been doing that with a lot of the figures. I've been trying to just keep more of the more unique characters and less of my doubles of the same figure, of the same character, really.
It's too much.
What?
Let's do work. Pretty well. Feudatoid. There, this guy over here.
And just fill it out more, I guess. Well, there went that one. And the head. Whoa. This might have even been from the first release, this head. The gray hair, I forget. There goes Shredder. Should do no, because then I'll already have a Shredder. I'll always see that's like my thing. I'm just doubling up on these same characters. I was like, I'm kind of good with that, but then I'm like, oh well, I gotta have something more. Can't just leave this. Thumbs up. Becky Top.
You just put Mr. Ronin in there.
Decent, but not favorable. How about we get? We'll get Captain America in here.
Like last Ronin, like
It's kind of like it makes sense with the theme, but he doesn't. Yeah, but he doesn't. Yeah, but he doesn't exactly fit. At least we'll get can't believe I'm saying it, but we'll get Bernie in here. And then we'll get the other April. There we go. That's actually a pretty good spread. I want to do. I guess I could do like one more. I'll throw in movie Casey. Alice was like, "What the hell is this?" And then we'll do cartoon Casey. I know it probably doesn't work exactly. With how these all are matching up.
But bro, this shit works. Why your shit don't work, bro? There we go. But look at that. Super neat setup. Not too bad at all. I got all of them in here. I guess I can just push in. Playmates. Can I push you in here? If I can. Get them in there. Anyone else? There's Shredder, but that's way too much room. Oh well. In time. Yeah, we'll put. Oh. This always happens every time, y'all. I get too indulgent. Move out of my way. Get you. All right. The little Mauser buffer. Oh. Intermorph sits right there. Okay. And we got April. It's just fine. Then we got Casey. Yet again. You can probably hear the fireworks. They've probably been going off all night. I haven't even noticed that they've been super noisy or not. probably so. And then another Casey, movie Casey. The weight up of it. 7-inch figure. Kind of 7-inch, maybe like 6.5, but still kind of big. Yeah, more so 7-inch, yeah. But there we go. Pretty sick setup. So hope y'all have enjoyed the video. Can you hear that? These fireworks going crazy. I would assume so. If not, oh well. But yeah, but thank y'all for joining me for this 4th of July special of our live stream unboxing where we looked at the NECA Mirage Eastman and Layers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimate Body Count Casey Jones. Of course, he has the U.S. flag painted on his mask. Kind of very iconic look for the character. Very kind of like, it's like, oh, this is kind of messed up. Body Count Casey. A little crazy Casey, but honestly, it just looks so damn good. And it just feels so good with the hands. Just messing with this figure, messing with all the different accessories that he comes with, all the little things here, as you can see. And then being able to swap out all the pieces from the previous Caseys is also a nice touch. So this guy probably going to end up being my main display Casey with everything. Everything I can get on him. Kind of like the top tier accessories that I'll be able to give him, I'll give him. And we'll just see how it goes from there. So yeah, it just looks so badass. Looks so good. I hope that they kind of up their game a bit, kind of like this, and go towards this kind of era of kind of like of your turtles. I mean, they have done like that mecha kind of Donatello one from the comics, and then also there's the what is it? The Raphael Shredder, like that kind of era of ones. I need that Raphael Shredder. That is for sure one I need to get because, God, it looks so good. And it has like the half burnt face, and I remember seeing that because there's like an anniversary comic, and that was one of the things. And then, and Donnie was already, I think, a robot by that point. So it's like, what the hell is going on? These turtles are getting messed up. This is not. Yeah, this does not look like a good time in their life. But yeah, if y'all have any questions or want to see anything or discuss anything before we get off the air, appreciate it. Be sure to like this video, comment what you want to see here on the channel, and of course, if anything, subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. The support is appreciated. Sorry I didn't get a short up this week on time before this stream, but we'll get it for the G.I. Joe CoverGirl and Flint figure. They are recorded, but they just need to be done. I've just been busy, especially even having the last couple of days of work off. I just stay busy. Stuff going down, seeing Supergirl, hanging out with family, getting house stuff done as much as I can. So hope y'all have enjoyed it. Be sure, check out the Instagram. We got toy pics. At some point I'll put up some behind the scenes stuff. I've been slacking on reels. Apologies, y'all, on Instagram, but you're just getting updates of streams essentially. So we'll kind of see. Definitely want to do a picture hopefully soon, because I kind of do also like getting a picture up on 4th of July usually. I don't think I did last year, but if I do this year, maybe. And probably will be up this Casey in any case. But thank y'all for joining me. Let's shout out. Oh, what Tommy says, be well with the live long and prosper.
emoji. But our top fans got Tommy, 200 XP, and Gabe. He got his American flag. Godzilla with the Final Wars Godzilla and with the Kong slashes. That's kind of funny, but that's cool. We have a Gabe with the number 2 with 75 XP. So thank y'all for joining me. Tonight, I shall see y'all possibly tomorrow on actual 4th of July. I don't know what I'll be doing on that, but this is just my kind of like, hey, this is for the 4th of July. This is the 4th of July special as we've done every year. But Saturday won't be, even though it's on 4th of July, but it's not. It's going to be a different figure, probably another turtle figure, because I do want to get more of these Mirage ones opened. So we shall see, unless I decide something else, but probably most likely that. But we shall see. So I will see y'all tomorrow and or next Friday. Look out for the shorts. They're going to be up. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Be cool. Be you. Be safe. Happy 4th, y'all. Happy Independence. We are independent people. We shall live long and prosper. Goodbye.